Okay, so how many guests are here? Well, you're not signed up yet. You're here to learn a little bit more about the business. Okay. Okay, so a few of you. Good, good. So some of this first stuff that I'm going to cover is going to be geared more towards you. It's to kind of get you to understand how the business works and what we do to be successful. It is going to seem like a lot of information. So if at any point you feel lost, you feel like you don't understand what I'm saying, feel free to raise your hand and ask a question, because that's what we're here for. We want you to leave here knowing that this is the right decision and knowing that this is the best company for you to join. So don't hesitate to ask questions, because that's what we're here for. Okay, so if you're a brand new distributor, you're in 6 weeks or less, these are some tips that you need to follow in order to really get your business going. I'm going to go over the Steps to Success worksheet in just a minute, but we follow a plan every month. And the company created this plan to make it simple for us. We don't have to overcomplicate it. We don't have to make up our own. We don't have to, have our upline make one up. This is what we follow as a Steps to Success. It's 4 loyal customers and 3 distributors every month. That's your goal to do every month. So if you haven't printed one out, print it out. And what I usually tell potentials to do is to fill in those boxes. So are there 4 people that you know that you think would benefit from our products? Write those names down. Is there 3 people you know that you think would benefit from the opportunity? Write those names down. Your first job as a distributor is to contact those 7 people that you just wrote their names down and present the product line or the opportunity to them. That's your number 1 goal. Because you're going to have a list of a ton of people. You're going to have so many ideas going through your head of who would be great at the business, or, this person needs relief, or this person has stress and needs confianza. So you're going to have all these people that would either benefit from the products or from the opportunity. So start writing them down. And the first step is on your Steps to Success worksheet. Post on Facebook. How many of you are scared to post on Facebook? Be honest. Raise your hand. I was scared to post on Facebook. It took me 2 weeks to post on Facebook because I was terrified of what people would say. I was scared of what people would think. I was scared that people were going to make fun of me. And they did. Don't get me wrong. It'll happen. They're going to make fun of you. They're going to tell you you're doing a pyramid scheme. They're going to tell you the products don't work. They're going to say all these things to you. But post on Facebook. It's free advertising. It is 100% free. You have a whole network of people between your friends and your family on your Facebook page that you can target immediately without having to pay money, without having to go out and blitz people, without having to work events. You have your network of Facebook people. And yes, you may have a lot of mutual friends in common with another distributor, or one of your friends does it and they know. You have no idea who's going to feel comfortable working with you over somebody else. So don't hesitate, and don't think that people are not going to want to get involved in this, because you would be so surprised that I can make a post and get no likes whatsoever, but I have 10 messages in my inbox, or my phone's blowing up with all these text messages, because people don't want people to know that they want these products. I don't know why. I don't know what it is, but people are a little scared to kind of put that out there in the public. So always post. You never know who you're going to attract by posting on Facebook. Watch the training videos in eSuite. So in your back office, it's what tracks all of our sales, your people that you add to your team, all that fun stuff. There's training videos back there, and it's just under the little U. You click on the U, click on training videos, and it's going to give you product info, tips on how to grow your business, steps to success, all these tools that you can use to be successful in your business. So that way, you don't feel like you're constantly bugging your upline or your sponsor or anybody else. Just go use those videos and watch them over and over and over again until you feel comfortable enough with repeating the information that you just learned. Start your hundreds list. So like I said with the Steps to Success, we have something that we call, it's a hundreds list. So these are 100 people that you think would be interested in the product or the opportunity. So once your warm network is gone, your goal is to create new leads. So it may be people that you don't really even know, like the person that does your nails, or the clerk at the grocery store that you shop at, or the drive-through person that helps you at Starbucks. These people could all be potential people that will blow up your business. One person can change every dynamic of your business. You would be amazed by it, amazed. So start your hundreds list, just write people's names down. We sometimes even call it a chicken list, where it's people that we're afraid to contact, people that we're afraid to present the opportunity to because of whatever whatever they may say or may do. But include some of those names in there, because don't be afraid to present this to anybody. And the reason why you shouldn't be afraid is because you should be proud of what you're doing. You're starting your own business to benefit your family. And there's nothing wrong with that. Not everybody gets it. Not everybody understands it. But when you're a presidential diamond and your husband's been retired for 1.5 years and you get to take vacations whenever you want to do it, and your kids don't have to worry about anything, and you don't have to go to the grocery store and have a budget, none of that matters anymore. Who cares what people have to say? Because you're living a life that you worked really hard to do, regardless of the opinions of other people. So, don't let those opinions of other people deter you from the main goal, the reason why you signed up. So your hundreds list is super important, especially if you're feeling like you're in a little bit of a rut and nobody's commenting, nobody's posting, nobody's contacting you. Start a hundreds list on people, and check a couple off a day. Don't do all at once, because then if you get a lot of no's, you're going to feel really defeated. So just do a couple people a day and check them off as you go. There's no rush in that. Schedule your sample party within 10 days of enrollment. This is very important, not only to show your friends and family the product line that we offer, but it's also a great training tool for you as well. Your sponsor should be coming to your launch party and basically running it. It's a learning experience for you. So you can see how simple and how fun it is and how interested people actually are in the products. When you show them that we have a whole line of products that have nothing to do with the wrap, they're so amazed. So many people are turned off by the wrap. I'm not sure why, but show them everything else that we have. The skincare line, do the Fat Fighter demo, give them a sample of ProFit, the energy drink. I mean, it's huge. All of these products gear towards people. So not everybody's going to want the wrap, not everybody's going to want the energy drink, but I can guarantee you they're going to want to try something. So schedule your sample party. Make it very laid back. If you have 20 people that want to come to your party, I would probably schedule 2, separate it into 2, because you want it to be very intimate and relaxing. You don't want it to be like this big formal thing. You want to sit down with them and do the presentation and talk about the products. Don't stand up and do a presentation, because people are terrified to speak in public in front of other people. So just by you standing up and doing a presentation like I'm doing, people are like, yeah, I'll never do that because I can never talk in front of people. But if you just sit down and have a conversation about the product line that you're passionate about and that you love, people are like, okay, I could probably do this. I could talk about a couple of the products that I really love. So it's a great learning experience for you as a brand new distributor. And if you have to go to a couple parties before you feel comfortable doing your own, that's totally fine. Do it. And then get 4 loyal customers within your first 30 days. That gets you $120 of free product. This is super important. Make sure you're telling your new distributors this as well, because what it does for them is it gives them excitement. If they have a goal to reach within their first 30 days and they're getting $120 of free product, imagine how many parties they could have now with products to sample. It also helps you get those legs to 400 in order for yourself to promote. So it's a win-win for everybody. So 4 loyal customers in your first 30 days, there's no reason not to do it. You know 4 people that would love these products. So this is what the hundreds list looks like. Just so it's in your back office in eSuite, you can just type in 100 and this will pop up. But this is kind of what it looks like. So you just want to write their names and their phone number. I usually put under email, I usually put their occupation, what they do, like if they're a stay-at-home mom, if they own their own salon, just so that when I do go to contact them, I have that information already stored, because I'm not going to just blast them with a message that says, hey, you should totally come do this with me, it's fantastic, blah, 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 blah. And they're going to be like, wait, what? Where'd you come from? But I can at least say, hey, how do you like being at home with your kids? How old are your kids? What do you guys do? That kind of thing. Have you ever thought about bringing in extra income? You have to create relationships with people in order for them to want to become part of what you're doing. So under the email, or it doesn't really matter where on the list, but just write a little bit of something about them so that when you contact them, you're not spamming them. They don't feel like they're getting sold something. They feel like they're talking to somebody who actually cares what's going on in their life, and they want them to be a part of something bigger. So remember that. It's super, super important. Okay, steps to success. So this is what I was talking about. This is what we follow every month in order to be successful. 4 loyal customers, and 3 distributors. Now, we have a couple new things going on right now, which is pretty exciting. So when you sign up, you pay the $99. That gives you some marketing materials. It also gives you a box of wraps. When you sell those wraps for $25 or $30 each, you've made your investment right back. There's no other business in the world that you can start and make your money right back. You could do it. You could pre-sell wraps and use that $100 to buy your kit, and it won't even cost you anything to sign up. So there's nothing else like it out there. Now, we can maintain commission by either running an $80 auto ship, which is about $80 worth of product, or having $150 in personal sales. Now that means between your personal orders and your personally enrolled loyal customers that you keep, that number totals $150. So those are the 2 ways that you can maintain getting commission. Now this is huge because a few months ago it was only an auto ship. You could only have an auto ship. That was the only way that you were going to get paid unless you had $400 in sales, which is harder to do. It's harder for people to do. So the fact that the company has come out and said, well, you know what? We know people can't always afford the $80 auto ship, and we know that the $80 auto ship scares a lot of people out of signing up because it is scary to think that $100 is going to come out of your month or out of your account every month automatically, and you feel like you're you don't have this control over it. So to know that you have 150 in personal sales, you're still getting paid if you can't afford that auto ship, it's a big deal. And it's a big deal for a lot of people. So when you're talking to new distributors, make sure that you are presenting both options to them, because that could really decide whether or not they sign up with you. I do always let people know, though, that you have to have product on hand to sell and to use. You need to be a walking testimony of these products, and you need to be able to sell wraps to people in order to show that these products work. Most people want to try a wrap before they become a loyal customer. So make sure that at some point you have product on hand. So the first month or two, if you're kind of getting your feet wet, kind of getting used to all, how it all works, and you don't want to run an auto ship, I get it. But eventually you need to be running that auto ship, because loyal customers will stop ordering and your volume may drop below that 150 mark. Running that $80 auto ship not only gives you product, but it also guarantees that you're going to get paid that month. I've seen it where somebody will bank on the 150 in personal volume, and a loyal customer will return an order. Their volume drops below 150, you no longer get paid for that month. So just keep that in mind when you're doing stuff, because once the month is passed and somebody returns an order, you can't go back and add volume to get paid for that month. It's done. It's over. So make sure that everybody on your team is aware of that as well. You have an option when you enroll to boost, which you can either mini boost or you can party boost. The mini boost is only available at enrollment, so make sure you present it to everybody. I don't care if they tell you they're spending the last $99 to their name. Present it to them, because you'd be amazed on how many people tell me that they have the last $99 and they go and buy the mini booster kit. So the mini booster kit is $149 on top of the $99, and it comes with 2 additional boxes of wraps, a box of face wraps, greens, defining gel, and fat fighters. It's a fantastic, it's a fantastic price for everything that you get. If you just sold the wraps, it's a $90 profit, and you can keep everything else. You can sample everything else, whatever you wanted to do. So make sure that you're presenting that to everybody. Step 2 is wrap rewards. Find 4 loyal customers. Like I said before, if you do this within your first 30 days, you get $120 of free product. Now, once you're past your 30 days, you still earn wrap rewards. So there's no time frame for wrap rewards. So every 2 loyal customers that you enroll, you get a box of body wraps for $25 or a box of facial wraps for $25, and those have free shipping. This is for life. So whenever I want to treat myself to a nice little spa night, I make sure I sign 2 loyal customers and get my box of wraps for $25. Just kind of like my little gift to myself. So set little goals for yourself like that. If you have a party coming up, or you're going on vacation, you want to wrap yourself, sign 2 loyal customers and get yourself a box for $25. Super easy, super fun. Also, when you get 2 loyal customers within your first 30 days, you become Fast Start qualified. And what that means is when you start adding team members to your team, and they get 2 loyal customers within their first 30 days, you get a fast start bonus, which is $100. And those are paid out on Fridays. This is on top of the commission and on top of the cash that you're already earning. So when you get 2 loyal customers within your first 30 days, you become fast start qualified. So that means that when you sign a distributor and they sign 2 loyal customers within their first 30 days, you get a $100 bonus. And those are paid out on Fridays. Those can add up very quickly. If you sign 4 loyal customers in a week and they all get their 2 loyal customers, that's an extra $400 that you weren't even banking on outside of your commission check that you're going to get. So it's a pretty big deal. Okay, step 3 is go Ruby. So when you get 3 distributors and one of your distributors signs 2 distributors, you're in place for Ruby. So teach your team to complete the steps of success because you're building rubies and you're teaching your team to build rubies, and rubies build diamonds. And diamonds is where the big money's at. Diamonds where everything changes. Your ultimate goal should be diamond and above. Does anybody have questions on steps of success? Yes.
I have one question. So if somebody, they want to become fast start qualified, but they miss the 30 days of signing up for the first 2 loyals in 30 days, if they sign up the 2 after the 30 days, do they become fast start qualified?
You will become fast start qualified, but you won't earn bonuses on the people from before.
Okay.
Yeah.
So wait.
So if you enroll, so say for example, I sign up as I'm a distributor. Okay, it's my first day. I just signed up, and I signed my first loyal customer. I signed my first loyal customer. 30 days goes by, and I can't sign any more loyal customers. But I've added a few distributors. If their 30 days goes by, I don't get a fast start off of them. But at any time, I can become fast start qualified and start earning fast start bonuses after the 30-day mark. Does that make sense? No. And everybody's like, no, it doesn't make sense. Okay, so your goal is to be fast start qualified, you have to have 2 loyal customers, right? The reason why you do it in the first 30 days is because your sponsor gets a $100 bonus. Does that make sense?
Right.
Okay. So if you don't get your 2 loyal customers within your first 30 days, not only are you not fast start qualified, so you won't receive those bonuses, but your sponsor doesn't receive the bonus either. But at any time, when you get your 2 loyal customers, you could, going forward, will earn fast starts on people that you enroll. Going forward. You don't? No, nothing before it.
You basically have to have 2 loyal customers before you can ever get a fast start.
Right. You have to have 2 loyal customers before you can ever start collecting fast start bonuses. Is that your baby? Yeah, that's one. Yeah, They agree to the loyal customer program. Yep. Does that make a little bit more sense?
Yes.
Okay, good. I know somebody's gonna say something.
What happens if you're a loyal customer first and then
So if you upgrade within your first 3 months, basically you don't really have to worry anything. Your sponsor though has to replace you if they're using you to get their free product or their wrap reward or the Ruby bonus. So if it's within your first 3 months, if you are a loyal customer or you have loyal customers who are upgrading their account to distributors within their 3-month commitment, you need to replace that loyal customer in order. If it's past your 30 days, doesn't matter. Yeah, that's okay. But if you're using them for like your product credit, if it's still within your 30 days, they have to finish that. They have to. Now I'm all confused myself. No, you're fine. Okay, anybody else have questions about step success? Okay. So I came up with some scripts. Now I don't know if you can read this because it's kind of, so I'll read it for you. But it's also posted in the DT Nation 2.0 page. There's scripts like when you make your first Facebook post, questions that people are going to ask you, messaging people, sending that first message. Did you have a question? Oh yeah, you can take a picture. Can you see it? I'm like,
It's on where?
it's on DT Nation in the Files tab. It's called Scripts. It's the group page on Facebook. Okay. Well then anybody can screenshot it and send it to you. Yeah. Okay. So this is kind of just something I typed up really quick as your first post on Facebook. Something that I highly recommend is not saying, hey, check out my website, contact me if you want to order something. I just started a business. Don't do that. Nobody likes that. Don't message people your website and say, hey, check out my website. Let me know if you want to order something. Don't do that. It's not personal. You have to build relationships with people in order for them to trust you and in order for them to really want to buy something from you. And now I can't even read this. So this is a Facebook intro post, okay? This is just an idea. Now you can take any of these scripts and completely make them your own, but I know sometimes when you're trying to think of something good to come up with, your brain goes blank and you're like, I don't know what to say. So just use these to your advantage and just tweak them a little bit if you need to. Okay, so for example, the Facebook intro post is, so I've recently started a new venture with a company that is very focused on a healthier lifestyle and helping their distributors become debt-free. It Works Global is slowly becoming a household name, and after watching some friends have success with their confidence and their finances, I have decided to join. I am hosting a no-obligation sample party on the date and would love to share these products with all of you. From skincare, supplements, weight loss products, and the body wrap, we have something for everyone. If you're interested, please send me a message and I will give you my website info and my address. I appreciate everyone who supports me on this venture. Now, it's so important to include supports me on this venture. Well, you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. You would be surprised how many people won't support you. So when you say stuff like that, you're giving people not really an in to be rude and to criticize you and to say that you're doing something ridiculous. I've learned a lot of stuff over the last 2.5 years with how to talk to people. And when you present something that they can't start off by saying, oh, this is dumb. Because then you're like, well, that's not being supportive, and I just asked you to support me. So using words like this is huge when it comes to this type of industry, this type of business, because not everybody understands it. Yes?
Support doesn't always mean place and order.
Right. And I've made that perfectly clear to my friends. Supporting somebody does not mean buying. It does not mean becoming a loyal customer. It means, hey, high five. I'm rooting for you. Good job when you do something good. Fantastic work when you build a team and you retire your husband from his job. That's support. It doesn't necessarily mean that you got to jump on board and be crazy like the rest of us. And that's what people don't understand is like they feel that if you don't join in, then you have no relationship anymore. And that's not how it is. I have a lot of friends that jumped on board with me at first and no longer do It Works. And we're still friends and we still have play dates and we still get together because it doesn't change how I feel about them. We didn't end on bad terms. They didn't do anything bad to me. They just decided it wasn't for them. And that is totally okay with me. And, I think when people understand that, when they really understand that I don't need, obviously, I don't need my friend or my family to place orders that it doesn't determine my success. Clearly, I've done very well for myself, so it doesn't have, you don't have to do it. If you want to try the products, great. I'd be happy to share them with you, but it's definitely not something that you have to do. Yes.
Does it affect you when your friends no longer do It Works with you?
No.
At all?
Mm-mm.
It just means...
No. The only time anything has ever affected me is when people basically said that you can't be friends anymore because you do It Works. That's the only time it's ever affected me. Oh yeah.
And what was your background story prior to starting It Works? What got you into it?
I was actually a photographer, and so my sponsor was one of my clients.
Oh.
I'll kind of get into that in a minute and go over it. Okay, so if you're reaching out to somebody and you're sending them a message and you want to introduce them to this opportunity or to the products, like I said before, make it really personal. Ask them about their life. Ask them what they do. Ask them what they like to do. You know, don't just send them a message and say, hey, come do this with me. So an example is, hey, and then their name. This is for people who you're going to invite to your sample party. So this is, you've made your post, and the next day you're going to send out some emails saying, I'm hosting a party, I'd love for you to come, okay? So, hey, I'm not sure if you saw my post yesterday about this new venture, but I'm hosting a sample party at my house on this date, and I'd love for you to come and try the products and let me know what you think. There's no obligation, just come check it out, and I would really appreciate your support. Same thing. They're either going to write back and say, yeah, that sounds great, I would love to come check it out, or they're going to say, that date doesn't work for me, whatever their excuse is. But people are going to have a hard time being rude to you when you're sending a nice message like that. And it's the same thing when you're contacting people about being part of the opportunity. So if you have a mom friend that stays home with her kids, right? You're not just going to blast her with, you know, come over here and do this. You need to do this with me. Sign up with me. Do it, do it, do it. You're not going to do that because she's probably going to be a little like, oh, this already feels like a pressure type of sales job, right? So you're going to send her a message and say, hey, you know, like, how's life? I'd love seeing your kids on Facebook. What's going on? You know, like, what do? Do you just stay home all the time? Build that connection back up. If it's somebody you haven't talked to in a long time, if it's somebody that you talk to all the time, obviously you're going to know how to tweak that a little bit. But make sure that you're building a relationship with them. Don't just try to sell them something because it doesn't make it real. It doesn't come from your heart. It's coming from your wallet. How much more money can I make? And that's how they're going to feel, is how much money do they want to make off me right now? It's basically how you're going to make them feel. So make sure that you're super personal with them. Fun, laugh, talk, let's go do this, let's go out, let's go have a play date. And people will bring up the topic to you. If you're posting on Facebook consistently, people are going to bring it up. So what's this new thing that you're doing? Perfect opportunity for you to start talking about it without feeling like I need to bring it up, I need to bring it up, I need to bring it up, and I don't know how. So it's a good way to do it. Okay, so questions that you may get about the products and about the business. So say you post a before and after picture of a body wrap, right? Somebody wrapped their thighs or their stomach or whatever it is, and you get a message that says, what is this? How do you respond? Anybody know? Okay, no. So I will say the body wrap helps tighten, tone, and firm your skin in as little as 45 minutes with progressive results in 72 hours. This is not a weight loss product. So if you are looking to lose weight, we do have other products that will help you lose weight, but these body wraps are not to help you lose weight. They're going to help your skin look firmer, toner, and younger. It helps with cellulite, stretch marks, and varicose veins. So whenever you're at a party or you're talking to somebody about it and they're like, oh yeah, those wraps are just a quick fix. Well, it's not a weight loss product. So I'm not sure what kind of quick fix it would be for you, but it's going to help with your skin. Now, as far as the results coming back, I get that question a lot. Results can last up to 6 months depending on your lifestyle. Now, if you're wrapping yourself and indulging in cocktails or going out to eat, heavy foods, it's going to make you feel bloated. So the people that tell you, oh, it didn't work, or I feel bigger, or whatever the case may be, you're going to have to kind of do a little bit of questioning to them. Well, what'd you do over the last 3 days? Kind of figure out why they wouldn't have seen results. Did you drink a lot of water? Did you take pictures? This is huge for people. Once again, men. I know there's a lot of personal trainers out there that use the wraps on their clients. And the reason is because people don't see results as fast as they want to when they're dieting and exercising. I'm not saying not to diet and exercise, but they just don't see those results as fast. They give up, they quit, they go right back to their old routines. So as a personal trainer, why wouldn't you offer these products to your clients? They're going to see results faster, they're going to come back to you, they're going to become your customer, and possibly even a team member when they have their final before and after. And you know what? They're probably going to be a rock star because they have a testimony already. They've used the products, they've wrapped, they've dieted, they've exercised, and now they have these amazing before and after pictures to share with everybody else. So nobody is off limits, even a huge bodybuilding workout personal trainer guy. Nobody. Yes.
You know,
Yes.
so he just started using hair, skin, and nails.
Oh, he did? Yeah.
No one's off of it.
And there's something for everybody. There is something for everybody. So keep that in mind. Now, when they ask you what It Works is in general, health and wellness, that's all you have to say. It's a health and wellness company. We offer naturally based products. That's it. You don't have to go into too much more depth. If you want to check it out, here's my website. All the ingredients are listed on the website. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me. Boom. Done. Yes. Hey.
Okay, so what do I say to someone who I totally sold on buying a box of wraps? They tried one, but they did it on their thigh, and it didn't really work.
Okay, so thighs are a trouble area. Thighs, it's absolutely harder to see results on your thighs. Is it for cellulite?
I don't know where that
Okay. Okay, so there's two things. Did she wrap herself right?
I don't know. Yeah, probably not. She would not
Let you do it, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so you can YouTube how to wrap your legs and send people YouTube videos so they know exactly how to do it. There's also a document in DT Nation that is step-by-step instructions on how to do it, what to do it while you wear it, and what to do for the next 72 hours. There's also a few tips and tricks. Thighs are a hard area to show results in 45 minutes. I always tell people, before you make a decision, if you're going to wrap your thighs, you need to do a complete treatment, because it's just a harder area to see stuff on, especially cellulite. You just Google, or just YouTube how to wrap your legs. Yeah. Same thing, how to wrap your arms, how to wrap your chin, how to wrap your stomach. It's all on YouTube. So yeah, so if she is she's kind of like, yeah, I don't want to try it again.
Right.
So I would just explain to her, I would say, just so you know, 4 wraps is a full treatment. We recommend doing a full treatment, especially on smaller areas like your thighs, in order to get the best results. If you're still not satisfied after that, maybe I can send you a sample of defining gel, something to that effect, or send you some green samples, just to kind of get her off of the wraps and onto something else. Okay. So, compensation plan. This is where it's going to get confusing. So pay attention. These are the ways we get paid. We make commission. We make a percentage off your sales. Fast start bonuses. I'm not going to go over that again because last time it was a little confusing. And wrap cash from parties. Wrap cash is huge. It literally makes your investments right back. So every month when I run my auto ship, I get a box of wraps and a box of berry greens. It's my $80 auto ship. We use our greens. I can sell 4 wraps a month. If I'm not selling at least 4 wraps a month, I'm not doing enough. That covered my entire auto ship. So anything on top of that is profit, right? Yep. That's all you have to do. 4 wraps a month. Box of greens, box of wraps. 4 wraps a month, boom. Covers your auto ship. Don't even have to stress about it. But wrap cash is huge. There's nothing better. So if you're having a wrap party, I recommend having like a little wrap jar, like a little cash jar, so that when people, if you have a group of like 10 people who show up to wrap, put all this money in the wrap jar. So everybody else is looking, wow, not only did she grab a couple customers, she has a couple potential team members, and she just made, $250 in wrap cash. And we laughed and we had fun, and it didn't cost a lot of money. There's not a bunch of decorations. There's not a table full of food, because you don't need any of that at wrap parties. You need water. That is it. Water. If you want to have snacks, you can have like a fruit tray or a veggie tray, but you can't eat while you wrap. And most of the time, people want to get in and out. They don't want to be there for 4 hours. They want to put the wrap on, wear 45 minutes, sample some products, and out the door. So you don't need a whole lot. Okay. Now, you're going to get confused because you haven't even logged in yet. Okay, so compensation plan. So your PBV. So when I was talking to you earlier about running an 80 BV auto ship or having 150 personal volume, it's that right there, personal bonus volume. That means that is your personal orders and your personally enrolled loyal customers' orders.
So they get
if they get transferred to you. So when you transfer loyal customers, you're giving that person a loyal customer, basically. So you lose the enrollment. It's as if that, it's as if that person enrolled that loyal customer. Does that make sense? Okay. Yes.
Since you brought it up, it's actually a question right now. Can you keep a loyal customer status if they were already a loyal customer with somebody else?
So if somebody was a loyal customer with somebody else, they have to cancel and re-sign up with you and start all over. They have to recommit to the 3 months. Yeah. Yes.
Could you just explain to the girls what the difference is between PBV and GV?
Yep, I'm just about to go over GV right now. So PBV is personal volume, personal orders, personally enrolled loyal customers. GV, group volume, is everything below you. So it includes your personal volume as well as all of your distributors and their loyal customers and their distributors and their loyal customers. You know, it just goes on forever. So it's everybody's group volume. Everybody on your team is their volume. But your personal bonus volume is just your personally enrolled loyal customers and your personal orders. What? Right, that you have not moved. I think most people don't really know how to do any of that yet. We're going to go over that. So a qualified leg, which you need qualified legs in order to promote. A qualified leg has 400 group volume. So it's everybody below them, not just their personal volume. Everybody below them. 400 is a qualified leg.
So everybody is under somebody.
Yes. Yep.
Regardless.
Yep.
Because my sister's like, well, why would I be under you if I can just be my own? I don't.
Everybody's under somebody.
Everybody's under somebody. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, except for the very, very, very first person.
Yeah, yeah. Except for Cammie Dempsey. She's pretty much at the top of everything, and, you know. But other than that, everybody is under somebody, you know. And the best way to describe it is it's teamwork, because if she was off on her own, she'd have a heck of a harder time doing this business rather than having the support of a team. So, yeah. Okay, compression. So, bear with me when I explain this. Okay, so compression. So, whenever the system runs, at the end of the month, the system runs a report to determine who's commission qualified and who's not. Okay? If you are not commission qualified or you have distributors underneath you that are not commission qualified, the company compresses everybody up underneath them. Okay? So you'll never see it, but when you get paid out, so basically, say I have a distributor on my top line, right? And she's not working anymore. So she has a whole team below her that's just rocking it. So basically what happens is because she's not working anymore and she's not running an auto ship, I get paid a level higher on her entire team. You didn't know that? Oh, really? So yeah, so it doesn't matter, for those of you that know about placing, and I'll get in that and get into that in a minute, it doesn't matter where you place people in order to help yourself promote, because if people quit in between, that person will still rise to the top like they were on your top line. Does that make sense? Yes. Yeah, so compression is when people that aren't commission qualified, when the company pays out commissions, they run a report to see who's not commission qualified. So if you're not commission qualified, it's like you don't exist on that team. So basically everybody underneath them kind of moves up a level when it comes to pay. You won't see that. You won't see it in eSuite. You'll always see that canceled account or that non-commission qualified distributor. But when you get paid, it's like they're not there. So rather than making, if somebody's down here, you usually would make 5%, but now they move up a level, now you make 10%. So it's a big deal. It's a big deal, especially when you have personally enrolled people that are placed a little bit lower on your team. So remember that. Okay, climbing the ranks. So this is the levels, and these are the percentages that you make off of each level, up until Emerald. Okay, so as a distributor, you are making 10% off your first and second level. Now, if you're the enroller, you're making an additional 5% because there is an enroller bonus. So personally enrolled loyal customers, you get an extra 5%. Personally enrolled distributors, you get an extra 5% on their personal orders. Not their team, just their orders. So like their auto ship and any personal orders that they place outside that. Yes?
What qualifies as personally enrolled? Are you talking like I do it myself for my e-suite, or they go in and order off my website.
It just means that you didn't move them. So you can actually place people within your downline in order to help yourself promote. So when you do that, you lose the enrollment when it comes to loyal customers. And I'll go over that in just a minute too, because I know that's very confusing. But this is where you're getting paid at. So when you get to Emerald, you're getting paid on everything in your downline. Okay, every level. So if you're, excuse me, yeah. Yes. Yes, it is very sweet. So, one of the things that you have to kind of keep track of, though, is that when you log into eSuite and you click on reports and you scroll down and select genealogy report, it will tell you the levels of everybody in your downline, right? It'll tell you what level that they're on. So, if you're an executive and you have people on your 4th level, you will not get paid on that 4th level until you promote to Ruby. Okay? So make sure that you're promoting with your team. You're going to sign a rock star and they're probably going to promote over you. That's okay. But you have to focus yourself on getting to that next level so that you're getting paid on everything that they're doing as well. Does that make sense? Everybody's kind of looking at me like, huh?
It makes
Okay.
sense.
Okay,
Total
good.
sense.
Okay, good. Sometimes I don't know if it's because I've been doing this for so long that it's like it totally makes sense to me. But, okay. So, any questions on climbing the ranks? Nope, okay. So this is a Ruby chart. So this is what we call charting. So a lot of people have questions about charting all the time, especially when you start enrolling a lot of people and you're like, oh my god, what am I doing? Where are all these people going? So your first goal if you're a new distributor is to get to Ruby because there's a $1,000 Ruby bonus. Woo! Yeah! Who couldn't use an extra $1,000? Okay, so you have signed up your sister, you have signed up your friend, you have signed up your coworker, your sister has signed up her best friend. These people up on top are my potentials. Those are the people that I've been talking to about the business, that are interested, that you are right there. They're going to be signing like any day. Well, I can take my mommy friend, and place her in this box in order for me to get to Ruby. Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah.
So when I talk about placing, yeah, sorry, go ahead.
No, it's okay. I was going to say, so you can choose where you want them.
Absolutely.
Where you need to get hired.
Yep.
Okay, you can't move them now.
Nope, once they're moved, they're moved.
Can you move as many people as possible within 24 hours?
No. Once. One time.
Only one person at one time. But like if someone logs on to your website and they sign up under you, you can
Yeah.
hire another distributor.
Oh, yeah. Within 24 hours, you have to move them. As many people that sign up, you can move them within the 24 hours, but you can only move them once.
That's fine. But
Yeah.
I mean, if you have clients that want to keep looking at your website, they can sign up themselves and then you can move them.
Yep, absolutely. So now, in order to promote to Ruby, you have to have an executive. So this is the first promotion within It Works, an executive. It's 2 qualified legs. So a qualified leg, remember, is 400 group volume. So you have 2 distributors underneath you that have 400 in group volume. Now, to get to Ruby, you need to have 2 qualified legs, which is 2 people with 400 in volume, and an executive. Okay? So this 400 in volume, which is why it's so important that people have their launch parties, get their 4 loyal customers within their first 30 days, and run their auto ship. It all goes towards that 400 in order to help you promote. Yes.
Let's say that, so if I'm on the top and then the executive underneath doesn't have her 400 volume, can my shipment be moved to help make that?
Not your auto ship.
No, like a different order though?
Yeah.
Can I place a separate order on myself?
So your executive doesn't need to have 400. Their distributors need to have 400. Yeah. But yes, you can move it. So say you're at the end of the month, okay? You're at the end of the month, you have an executive, this person's at 402 and this one's at 350. You can buy a box of wraps and move that order underneath that person in order to help yourself promote. Is it a lot of info? Don't feel like you need to learn all this right away. It will make sense to you as you start building a team and as you start filling out charts and as you start calculating volume. So right now, if you're new and you don't have any distributors, this is probably like, wait, what? Wait, where are you going with this? I don't even understand. So don't freak out. Do not freak out, okay? But does anybody have any questions about charting? Now, the important thing about rubies is rubies build diamonds. Rubies build diamonds. You need 3 rubies to go diamond. 1 outside and 1 on an emerald leg, okay? Or 2 on an emerald leg, I'm sorry. So rubies build diamonds. And right now, the way the company is offering this $1,000 bonus, they doubled the ruby bonus. The $1,000 bonus is huge. It's absolutely huge for people. When I started this, the only bonus that was around was the get out of debt $10,000 bonus, and you had to do it within 3 months. Other than that, you didn't get to, yeah. So the fact that the company, so I was like, come on. I mean, literally, I was like crazy person. So Ruby average is $5.99 a month, and then on top of that, you get a $1,000 bonus. I'm pretty sure it's broken up into 2 payments, $500 one month and $500 another. But that's pretty sweet to be earning. You have to be commission qualified. Also, to get the bonus, you have to have gotten your 4 loyal customers within your first 30 days. Have to. If you go past your 30 days and you didn't get your 4 loyal customers, you no longer qualify for that bonus.
What about the next bonus? So that's when people ask me that. If, say they missed the ruby bonus, that's fine.
Uh-huh.
But then they go diamond later, and they didn't get.
They just have to be fast start qualified, so they just need 2.
2. Got it.
Yes. So the diamond bonus does not require the 4 loyals.
Is there more information or like a handbook to follow the rules?
Yes.
Okay.
And there's not a lot of rules. There's the only rules, which I'll kind of cover, is like posting and stuff on Facebook and the type of groups that we can post in. But really, other than that, there's not a lot of rules. These are just tips to help you promote faster. Okay? Florida. Yeah. Yep, we're based out of Florida. Okay, placing to promote. So the importance of placing. It allows you and your team to promote faster and earning those bonuses that are available to you. It boosts the excitement on your team. And it shows them that teamwork is how we all succeed. This is a selfless business. You cannot be all about me, and expect to be at the top. You just can't do it. You won't be at the top, you'll be by yourself, at the bottom, and you won't have any friends left. I'm telling you right now, I've seen it happen.
We all have.
Yeah, we've seen it happen. So, one thing that I do want to talk about that's very important is that placing is not mandatory. You do not have to place your people if you do not want to. It is not mandatory. It will take you longer to promote. A lot longer, unless you get lucky and you find a rock star that just signs a bunch of distributors. But you do not have to do it. So I know that there are people that work really hard to sign their people, to sign their loyal customers and their distributors, and they just would prefer to keep them. And that is totally fine. So don't ever feel the pressure that you have to place your people. If you don't want to, you don't have to. Some people choose not to. Like I said, some people build those relationships for so long. Like, there have been many situations where I've talked to somebody for a year, and they sign up, and I'm like, I really want to keep them, But at the same time, I know it's going to benefit me. Yeah, it's my mom, but I know it's going to benefit me the most to place them. You know what I mean? So people do battle with that innerness. Loyal customers is the only thing. If I personally have a relationship with this person and they've been watching me for a year, I'm not placing that loyal customer. That's somebody that I'm keeping. I want them to see my name. I want them to see my name when they log into their account. I don't want them to see somebody that they don't know. Because what happens is when they log in, they'll see a person that they don't know, and they're like, wait, who's this person? So that's the only time that I don't place is when it's a loyal customer that's a personal friend of mine that, it's just my personal choice. Definitely not something you have to do.
But it keeps building you more and more when you keep placing people under other people's orders.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So it benefits.
Yeah, for sure. It benefits, yeah. Be thankful. If somebody is placing people underneath you, they're giving you free money. They're basically saying, here is 15% of this loyal customer's order. Here's 15% of this distributor's order on top of everything else that they're going to do over the course of their journey with It Works. So be thankful. Don't expect it. Don't sit there and think that the person above you has to build you, because it's not always easy to do that. You're going to run into situations where you'll personally enroll people, and some of them are distributor rock stars. They just sign a ton of distributors, so they can place them and build people and do all that. But not everybody's like that. Not everybody signs distributors all the time. So when they do sign that one or two in a month and they don't want to place them, don't make them feel bad about it. Just congratulate them and, move on. So just kind of keep that in mind. Be thankful when somebody places people underneath you, because they're giving you free money. Okay? The diamond bonus. Okay. So, this is a little scary. This is just a tad bit scary. Okay. This is diamond. So, diamond is where everything changes in the compensation plan for you. It's where the big money starts happening. So this is your ultimate goal. It took me 3 months to go diamond, but it was 3 months of 3 months to go diamond, but it was 3 months of 60 hours a week. So I was home with my kids, so I just took them everywhere with me. So, I put 150% of my time into this business. So don't compare yourself to other people if they're promoting and doing all this stuff and you feel like, oh my God, I didn't have a full-time job. My kids are a full-time job, but I was able to just kind of cart them wherever I went. So it worked really, really well for me. So the diamond level is 1 emerald. So an emerald has 2 rubies and 2 qualified legs. So you need an emerald, a ruby, and 3 qualified legs. Yes. The qualified leg is somebody with 400 in group volume. Yep. So, now the importance of this whole ruby bonus is because rubies will help you get here. So if you're signing up people and teaching them to go ruby, that is going to get you to diamond. And you're teaching them the same thing, and it's going to get them to diamond, and it's going to get their people to diamond, and everybody just benefits from it. Yes?
What's the easiest way to share with someone, like, for instance, I have a potential distributor signing up and she's out of state. So
Okay.
what's, like, the easiest way to teach people if you're signing up friends that aren't literally here with you?
Teach them the ropes of how the business works.
Yeah.
So I always do Skype or FaceTime, and I'll kind of do the same stuff that I'm doing now. I'll go over the steps of success, but I think it's super important anytime you're talking to a potential, don't message them, don't text them. It's the quickest way to lose interest from somebody really fast because they can't hear the excitement in your voice. Call them on the phone, do Skype, whatever you can do to show them how excited you are when you're talking about the product and when you're talking about the opportunity. That is going to be the #1 seller. That is going to be the reason why you close your distributors. It's because of your excitement. Seriously. When you're timid and shy and you're not very that confident in what you're talking about, people feed off of that. And they're like, oh, maybe I should wait a little bit until I kind of see what you do, and then I'll decide if I'm going to do it, if I'm going to do it. So make sure you're confident. You don't have to know all the answers to everything. You don't have to know the compensation plan. You just need to know that it seems like a fun company, and they have products geared towards what your lifestyle is, and you're excited to share them with people. That's it. You don't have to know the ins and outs. I feel like I was so much more successful at the beginning when I could say, I don't know. I don't know what the answer to that is. I don't know, but I'll find out. I don't know. And people were like, yeah, let's do it. I don't know either. But now that I know everything, people are like, I'm going to hold off a little bit. So yeah, so don't.
To go ambassador?
What?
They're waiting for you to go ambassador.
Seriously. I don't know what it is. No, but yeah, don't feel like you have to know it all, because you won't know it all. These trainings are going to be super beneficial to get in front of other people. Everybody in this room besides a couple people, have been in the business since January. I'm pretty sure there's like 5 people who haven't. But everybody else is pretty much in January. So that's so new. So new. So don't feel like you need to know it all, because it was like a year before I was like, okay, I get this. I get what I'm getting paid on now. Okay. So when you promote to Diamond, you start earning generational bonuses. Generational bonuses are a certain percentage of your total volume. Okay? So when you promote to Diamond, not only, woohoo, $10,000 bonus, yeah, but you also make an additional 2% on your entire volume. So that could be an extra $400, it could be an extra $200, it depends on what your volume is. But that's going to continue to grow because your team is going to continue to grow and your volume is going to continue to grow, okay? Now, the best thing about having personally enrolled people is that when they promote to Diamond, by you being the enroller, you get that 5% of their total volume. So, for example, I'm Diamond, and I enrolled Jen, and she goes Diamond. I get 2% of my volume outside of her leg, and then I get an additional 5% of her volume on top of the level, on top of the commissions that I'm making on each level. Okay? So that's a big deal, especially when you continue to promote to those higher ranks. Double Diamond, I now get 9% of her total volume instead of 5%. So it's a big deal when you get this stuff. So, for example, my 5th leg that I signed up when I went to presidential, well, Diamond and all that, was my husband. So I put people underneath my husband to build him to Diamond. And so now I get, like, I don't know, $6,500 just as a generational bonus from his leg. That doesn't include cabs, which we'll kind of go over in a minute. That doesn't include any of my other legs. That's just his leg. $6,500 just because I get a percentage of his volume.
Can you not have 2 distributors in the same household?
Yes, you can. Yeah, you can't have more than 2.
You can't have 2 loyals in the same household.
So you can have 2 loyals in the same household. They just don't count. You'll just only make commission off of them. They don't count towards wrap rewards or product credit. Yeah.
So, and that's because you guys have faithful customers and
That's because we have consistent teams that are working. Yep. Yep. Yes. So it's a big deal. It's a personally enrolled diamonds is the fastest way to make the most money. Is helping your team go diamond. Yes.
if you become a distributor that has
You have that the loyal and the distributor share the same address? It's the same thing. It wouldn't count towards the wrap reward or the product credit. But you do make commission off of that order. So does everybody kind of understand generational bonuses? They get higher as you move up, okay? So another cool thing about going diamond is that, remember those fast start bonuses that I was talking about? The $100 whenever you get a distributor that signs 2 loyal customers? Well, now what happens is that when you become a diamond distributor and you enroll distributors as a diamond, they're coded differently in your back office. So basically what that means now is that I am diamond and I enroll Courtney as a distributor, right? She's my diamond distributor basically. So now for every distributor that she adds to her team that become fast start qualified, I get an additional $80 just because I start earning, we call them cabs, we call them cab bonuses. So I'll get the $100 fast start when she fast starts. I'll also get the $80, and then for every distributor that she adds to her team until she goes diamond, that becomes fast start qualified within their first 30 days, I get an $80 bonus. That's as a diamond. So as a presidential, I get $140. So it's a big deal. So when you open your check and you see that you have $4,000 just in cabs, it's a big deal. All this stuff adds up to make the income that we make.
Accounting for the bonuses.
Who does the accounting?
Yeah.
No idea.
Really?
Oh wait, what's his name? Do you know his name? He was at, it's not Chris, is it? So diamond changes everything. And as you continue to promote, you start earning generationals on those lower diamonds, even people that you didn't personally enroll, and your cabs become higher. So big deal, yes. Do you want me to? I can. I mean, it's not a big deal. So taxes. We'll just cover that real quick. Record everything. Everything that you do is a business expense. Your $99 business builder kit is a business expense. You're starting your own business. Save it all. Your cell phone bill, the gas in your car payment, you know, everything. A Starbucks coffee. If you're on the phone and you're driving through Starbucks and you're talking about business, I'm writing that off. Costco. I mean, anything. An office. So, like, we have to pay a lot of money in taxes because we own our own business and we don't pay taxes through like a normal job, right? So the more business expenses you have, the better. So like this weekend, I went to California with my family. I had a meeting with my team in California, so the whole trip is a business expense.
TGI Fridays.
Tonight is a business. Yeah, you guys are all here. Write it off. You're here for a training to boost your business. It is absolutely a business expense. Keep track of everything. Because at the end of the year,
How do you write off a meeting?
a meeting, so I just write at the top of my receipt training. That's it. And then when I give it to, so now what I do for me now, because you know you'll eventually get to a level where you start bringing in all this income, you're going to want to create a separate bank account. So everything comes in and everything goes out of this one account, and then you don't have to worry about tracking keeping every receipt that you ever have. It just all goes on the business card. So then at the end of the year, well, my CPA does my stuff monthly. So he'll go through it and say, well, what's this? If he doesn't know what it is, you know what I mean? And he'll say, well, what's this? What was that? And he'll categorize it for me so that when he pays my taxes, he knows how much to pay in for me. But I mean, that's, yeah.
Approximately how much should we be holding back to pay taxes? Like, is there a percentage that we should make sure that we have?
I mean, you should, I think when you start making over $500 a month, you should probably at least hold back 30%. I mean, I hold back 40% just to be safe. Yeah, and just to have over, so then when they're like, yeah, you get an extra $20,000 back, I can put it in my savings account and done.
But remember,
So-
if you work a regular job and you already pay taxes?
Yeah,
on your regular
if you
job,
work a regular job, you're going to have to pay less taxes. 30% would be safe for people who work a normal job that have taxes coming out of their
especially
check.
if you work on a commission job.
Yeah, but if you don't, if you don't work a job at all, then yeah. Right. Mhm. Yep, okay. So any question about Diamond? Nope. Okay. Creating leads. So, a huge factor in this business is what are you going to do when your warm market runs out? Because eventually it's going to happen to everybody. All your friends on Facebook will have heard about it, they've tried it, they've wrapped, they've been a distributor, thank you, or not. They've all done it. So what is going to happen when that warm network of people that you know runs out? You're going to have to create leads for yourself. And you do it by blitzing is one way. And now, I'm not a total walk up to a stranger and hand them a blitz card and say, hey, can you try that? You want this coupon? Don't do it. I don't ever do it. I'm not going to lie. But if I'm driving through Starbucks, the best thing to do at Starbucks is to pay it forward. So I will buy the person's coffee behind me, and when I pull up to the front, I will give the girl a blitz card, and I will say, can you give this to the person behind me too and tell them to have a great day? So now I've just blitzed 2 people. And now they get my blitz card. And I don't even have to look at them. I don't even have to talk to them. I don't have to be scared. Yeah, I'll be like, here's 1 coupon for you, and could you please give this to the person behind me that I just paid for their drink and tell them to have a great day? I mean, if you're at Starbucks, you might as well pay it forward, right? $5 coffee. Somebody could be having a really bad day, and you just put them in a really good mood. So you never know. The person that checks you out at the store, your Target, your grocery store, if they usually strike up.
Checks me out my car.
What? The person, checking you out. Yeah, whatever. You know what I mean. The cashier, whoever, normally they strike up a conversation. Small talk. What are you guys doing today? Are you out and about? Are you shopping or whatever? No work? No, I don't work because I actually work from home. Here's my business card. You should check it out. It's a really great opportunity. Done. You don't have to stand there and give a 20-minute spiel about why they need to try these products or that there's, an opportunity behind it or they should host a party. Don't do any of that. Unless they're going to ask you a question and say, oh, I've totally seen this. What is it? What does it do? Then you can have that conversation with them. But for the most part, to begin, you just need to get it in their hand. That's it. That's all you want to do. Don't flood them with a ton of information. Your server. Servers are the best people to blitz because they usually hate their job. They hate serving. It's because after you... She's like, wait, what? I mean, if you've served for a long period of time, you get to a point where you just get over it. You're over it. You're over the way people talk to you. You're over the way people treat you. So I always will say, so, do you serve full time? And they're like, oh, yeah, and I go to school, and I have another job, and blah, 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 whatever, right? They'll tell you their little sob story. Okay, let me give you this, because I don't have to go to work ever. I get to work from home, on my couch, on my computer. And I usually hand them a business card. So not the Blitz card that gives them a coupon, but my actual business card. And it's a business card that I made on Vistaprint. It's a picture of me and my husband. It says work from home. It shows the ranks and the pay scale. So they don't look like they're getting like a scam, getting sold something that they don't want. But they want an opportunity. They want the chance to do something bigger. So yeah, I'm going to give you one of my cards and I want you to call me. And it's funny because there's a few places that we go that we're regulars at. You know what I mean? And people remember us. And maybe they don't call me right away, but by the third or fourth Wednesday that they've seen us at 2 o'clock in the afternoon with their family, we have our kids with us, it's like, then they're like, huh. So she's really telling the truth. She doesn't work because she's always here on Wednesday at 2 o'clock with her family, drinking, having fun. And then people are like, okay, they get used to it and they want to be a part of it. So not everybody is going to say yes on the first blitz. They're not always going to say yes. Some people may turn around and throw your card right in the trash. And you're like, ugh, I paid for that. Kind of want to go dig it out. But you know what I mean? You have to be willing to hear those no's. You have to be willing to deal with the people that want nothing to do with it because you're going to hear it. And if you can deal with the people who want nothing to do with it, imagine how great it's going to feel for the people who do want something to do with it, who are promoting and who are retiring and who is paying off debt and bringing their husbands home from work. That's what it's all about. So get to the point where you're fine with hearing people tell you no. Yes?
Sorry, it's kind of random. With business cards, you don't have to buy It Works ones.
So what you can't do is you can't create a business card that says It Works on it. But we have an LLC, so my LLC is Phoenix Skinny Wraps LLC. So that's what I put on my business card with my website and my phone number. LLC is just a company. Yeah, it's our own business. It's the name of my business. Well, yeah, I mean, you'd have to contact a CPA and that kind of stuff, and they'd kind of steer you in that direction. But if you already have a business and you already have an LLC, you know what I mean? You could put that on your card with your new website, that kind of thing with your It Works website. But yeah, or you can just put your name. You don't even have to put an LLC, but just make sure that you're not putting It Works. Don't use the It Works logo. Don't use the It Works words. Just come up with your own design. Yeah.
It Works does have a really good business card.
They do. They have a couple really good business cards. They have one that is, one is the wrap with a person on the front with the wrap, and then the other one is a lifestyle one, where on the back it has all the different categories of what we add. Just for me, when I present the opportunity, I wanted something a little bit more professional that people could just see our name. So if I'm just leaving it somewhere, they have a face to put with the name when they're looking at my business card, and they're like, oh yeah, I just helped that person, kind of thing, right? Okay, working events. How many people have worked events? Oh my gosh, there's so many who haven't. So events are so super fun. They are, because they're perfect strangers. They're coming to you. You don't have to go out to them to blitz them. They're coming up to your table to see what you're offering. So try to get into as many events as possible. Right now it's springtime. There's a lot of spring festivals, spring break stuff at schools, at churches. Get in wherever you can get in. Some booths are as little as $30. You can set up tables at gyms if they'll let you in there. Sometimes those are as cheap as $10. And basically all you're doing is getting leads. You want people to come to you and say, hey, I want to know what you're doing. What is this? And you're like, well, you know what? I'm giving a free raffle away for a free wrap. Fill out your name and put it in the box. Because you want to be able to go home and contact these people and say, hey, you won! You won a free wrap appointment for you and up to 3 friends, blah, 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 blah. You can go into the little spiel. There's scripts, once again, in the Facebook group. But you want to try to turn that 1 lead into 5 leads by offering a sample party for them and their friends. So normally what I do is the winner gets the free wrap. Their friends get to sample some of our most popular products.
And guys, I cannot tell you how many people I seriously sign up for doing these little tiny small events. Like these small events, if you're not in healthcare, these smallest events you could possibly think of, like those a lot of times are the best events. And the reason why, I cannot tell you how many people I sign up, not just the people that do the giveaway, but the other vendors.
Yeah.
Because the vendors are there for a reason. Like the unique girl, she's there for a reason. She's not making any money. You know, people want to buy. She's not. I mean, the reality is that she's not. And you know, the Mary Kay lady, they all kind of get involved. And so doing these little events, like there is power in just setting up. Like I have like literally like the most rinky-dink table that I always have to lose that. But I always have this freaking thing in my trunk, and I literally will set up a table anywhere. I have this like it's like a piece of fabric, and you can just throw up a table. But I mean, you could do those little tiny tables at the smallest place, or you could do a big table. But the little events that you do, there is so much power in that because those other vendors are there for a reason because they're trying to make their deal work.
Yeah.
And you know, there is.
And
no
you'd be
better
surprised.
vendor
You used to be, I remember when I first sat with Ashley, her back there, we met at Cheesecake Factory and she was doing a different network marketing company. And I was like, so how long have you been doing it? You know, she's like, oh, like 5 years. And I'm like, oh yeah, like, are you making a lot of money? She's like, yeah, I'm making good money. I'm like, how much are you making? She's like, oh, you know, like $4,000 or $5,000 a month. And I was like, huh. Do I tell her that I make $30,000 a month or not? Because I've only been doing this for 1.5 years. So do I tell her that or do I not tell her that? But it's like, it's crazy to me that that opportunity is available with this company, with a body wrap. You don't have to go spend $500 in product. You don't have to have people come in and, you know, blow their savings because they're trying all these different products. It's so inexpensive and it's so cheap to use our products, and we have the opportunity to make so much money. It's insane. It's absolutely insane. So events are huge. Once again, if your warm market has ran out, nobody's messaging you, nobody's contacting you, look up events in your area and set up a table and bring a box and have some wraps there for sale. I sell wraps like crazy at events. It's just something that I'm really good at, and I always follow up with those people, and 98% of the time they become loyal customers. They've tried the wrap, they were at an event, they saw how excited everybody was, and their wrap worked. You know, they send me their before and after pictures, and boom, now they want to become a customer. Yes.
So really, Ashley back there, like besides Facebook groups, because that's the one thing I have found. Like,
Hold on 1 second.
it works is always the first to go. So
Oh, yeah.
Where else do you go?
For my Facebook groups,
Well, where else do you go?
No,
to
besides
find
Facebook groups,
events?
where are you going to find events?
I literally just talk to every single person I come in contact with. Like, I drop my kids off at school, I have to pick them up in the, like, sometimes if I have to go in, I talk to people at the front, teachers are always broke, they always have something going on in there. You know, somebody, if you know anybody that's like a crazy PTA, this is just like me, like very raw and real about this. But like, you know somebody that's on the PTA, everybody has one friend that's like that friend that's like takes PTA super serious. But that person is organizing all of those PTA events. And so, you know, you just talk to that person. You look at, you know what, my cousin, she's like super good about finding stuff like the vitamin shop. Like, I didn't think the vitamin shop would invite us in, mainly because we have a whole bunch of supplements, but we signed with the manager of the vitamin shop. This other lady I was able to reconnect with that owns the gym. I mean, off of like my little rinky-dink table, I brought it in there because it was like, you know, it's not as big to like bring into a smaller event, but I just talk to people. I don't always go and, you know, my girlfriend Michelle, she's super, super, super good. She'll call colleges, she'll call.
Yep.
She really just
That's what I was
calls
just gonna say. Is that that vendor, you know, that vendor,
I mean, I don't get involved in all the like
the group, that vendor group on Facebook is ridiculous. There's not one way to get in there and get an event before somebody else. There's always already an It Works vendor. So what I usually do is I'll just Google spring festivals in Phoenix, or summer festivals in Phoenix, summer events, summer vendor shows, anything like that. And then I just go down the list and I call them all, or I email them if I can. My kids are screaming in the background and I can't make a phone call, but I'll just email them. Do you have an It Works vendor? No, I don't. Sweet. Well, I'm your It Works vendor. And boom. But sometimes you have to do it, you know what I mean? You have to book an event 6 months in advance before you can even work it, sometimes a year. The Great Bridal Expo right now is taking contracts for 2018. So it's like those bridal shows are huge. They're ginormous. The Women's Expo, the bridal show, if you can afford it, if you can get a group of your, few people to kind of split the cost with you, they're great events to work because you get a ton of leads, but they're very expensive and there's a long waiting list. But small events are just as good. Smaller events where you only talk to 5 or 6 people. Those 5 or 6 people could do huge things for your business. So don't take any of, you get offered an event, take it.
What about farmers markets? Because I know Cassie said they're kind of frowned upon. Because there's a farmers market over by where I live, but it's not, they don't lock you in for the whole time. It's, you want to come do it, you pay the money for your table that day. You don't want to do it the next weekend, that's fine.
Yeah, unfortunately we can't do farmers markets or swap meets or yard sales.
Okay.
And it's the same thing with Facebook. You can't post in the swap meet or yard sale type groups on Facebook. Yeah, the swim swap.
People still do.
Oh yeah, I know. Because they don't listen.
I have a really good place name to go to. In California, we have these huge, used children's clothes sales.
Consignment sales?
Tons of moms there. Tons of,
Yeah.
people.
Consignment sales are good. Yeah, they're good. You can set up your table outside or whatever, but the consignment sale isn't on the list. Yard sales, swap meets, and consignment's not on the list. Will it be one day? Maybe. But right now, consignment's kind of new. It's not very popular. So, work it while you can, because maybe eventually it will be on the list, but right now it's not. Okay.
What do you recommend, with the leads? I know we should hold on to them forever and never let a lead go.
Right. Yeah. Never let a lead go.
But what's your strategy as far as if you're contacting them once every month or every few months and they're not responding? How do you
Yeah, after 3 months, I'll probably stop. You know what I mean? But anytime something new comes up, I'll always keep on. Because anytime something new comes up, I will message them and say, we just released this new product. I started doing better than Botox parties. Something to kind of maybe grab their attention. But, that's pretty much the best you can do. But yeah, never let don't ever throw them away. Always keep them. Because anytime something new comes up, I will contact them. I don't care if it's been a year. I'll still contact them. And say, hey, I met you this long ago. I know it's been a really long time, but a lot has changed over the last year, and we have new products to offer, and I'd love to share them with you. If you're interested in hosting a sample party, I'll wrap you for free, something like that. Okay, follow-up. Make sure that you're following up with your potentials or your leads from your events within 48 hours. It's so important. You don't want them to forget you. If you wait 5 days, then you probably will get a third of the responses that you would get if you didn't message them the next day or within 48 hours. So make sure that you're doing it within 48 hours. And like I said, yes.
Have you ever had issues with product coming in or product coming out? Or do you ever fear it running dry or going under, or the product so good that it's always going to be?
I personally feel like it's always going to be there. Yeah. And the thing that makes me realize that is because I've been doing this for 2.5 years, and in 2.5 years, it has grown so much. We've been back ordered on stuff before. We've crashed our computer. We've crashed our website. We've had delayed shipping. And this is all because of growing pains. It's not because we're not making product, we're not making any money. It's because the company is growing so fast, they're having a hard time keeping up with it. So that means to me that it's definitely on the right track.
And
Yeah.
I think too, just to add on your point, is that no, I don't ever have a doubt in my mind anything's gonna happen to this company. It's 100% great. They've been around since 2001. They are all about being network marketers, keeping this as a business,
Yeah, once you get
marketers before, and they are just all in. So no, I don't ever worry about that.
once you get into the depth of who's behind the face of the company, I think people can be a little bit more at ease because the CEO is really focused on helping people. You know what I mean? He's not a flashy kind of guy. You know what I mean? Like, no. Yeah, no. And it's funny that you bring that up because I love to always share this story with people that when I signed up and started making a lot of money very quickly, when I went presidential, I told my husband, I was like, okay, you got to quit your job. Okay, you've been at Best Buy for 15 years. You hate it, right? You're grumpy a lot. And it's time, I make 4 times your income, and we were just living off your income. So now I make 4 times your income. There's no reason why you shouldn't be home. So we made a deal that if I made this certain income for 6 months, that he would come home. No job is safe, by the way, because my husband has been with Best Buy for 15 years. So he finally put in his resignation in October, and in November, right before the holidays, they laid off 1,200 managers, and he would have been one of them. And I was like, funny how things work, huh? Because imagine where, what would have happened if you would have been laid off. You know what I mean? I know they got severance packages and stuff, but it wasn't anything to write home about. It wasn't it definitely didn't prove that they appreciated his 15 years worth of work with Best Buy. And I was like, it goes to show you that no job is safe, ever. No job is ever safe. So for right now, we're really happy. We're putting a lot of money in savings. We're putting a lot of money in our kids' college funds. And we're enjoying life, right? That's kind of the main goal of it all. So I figure if 5 years from now we are back at work and we're working normal jobs, we will have done a lot over the last 7 years to put us in a situation where we're very comfortable. So okay, so contact your leads within 48 hours. It's so important. Don't be lazy on this. Don't drop the ball. Somebody whistling? No? Me? Oh, okay. Okay, so a lot of people ask me, how do you close distributors? What are some of the key things that you say in order to get people to actually sign up? So I hear a lot lately about the market being saturated. And it's only because we're all on Facebook. That's the only reason. Because I can drive around from here to California and not see one magnet, one sticker, not see one person wearing an It Works shirt. So the market is absolutely not saturated. It's just that we share so many mutual friends on Facebook, and a lot of people are doing the same thing. So when you open your Facebook and you see rap post after rap post after rap post, you're like, God, everybody's doing this. And it's just because we all share those mutual friends, and everybody's kind of getting in to the network through one group of people. So this group, I went to school with a lot of people, and so everybody's like, oh my God, what's going on? What is happening? But it's not a bad thing, right? Because everybody has their own network of people that they can market to. So there's an opportunity for everyone. So 90,000 distributors worldwide. That's a big number to use with people because there's over 2 million people alone in Phoenix. In Phoenix, that's not Arizona, just in Phoenix. And there's 90,000 distributors worldwide, and we're open in 20 different countries. So huge opportunity out there to get out there. You just have to get outside your Facebook world. If your Facebook world is flooded with It Works people, you got to go outside of it. If your Instagram is flooded with Facebook people, you got to go outside of it. Don't not post on Facebook because, like I said, there's going to be people that want to work with you over others. But if you feel like it's just a constant revolving door where you're constantly seeing it through a lot of people, step outside it. Step outside of it. Wear your It Works shirt. I can't tell you how many people will throw me off and they'll be like, what works? And I'm like, what? And I'm like, so these body wraps that I have, so it takes you a minute, but I have a shirt that says living the dream, all kinds of stuff. And people will ask you, what's living the dream? And I'm like, well, let me tell you a little bit about my opportunity that I got for you. And you just kind of present it that way. Have fun with it. Don't be nervous. Don't be scared. If you flub up and you mix up your words, who cares? It's not a big deal. You know what I mean? $99 is the cost to become a distributor. You can make your money right back. The 80 BB auto ship is to keep you commission qualified. I recommend a box of wraps and greens, like I said before. Sell the wraps and you paid for your auto ship. If you can't afford the auto ship, you can have $150 worth of sales and still collect a check. This is, like I said, this is a big deal for people right now. No quotas to hit each month. You work at your own pace. You don't have a boss breathing down your neck. So, I mean, that's huge. Everybody wants to work from home because they're sick of their boss. They're sick of people telling them what to do. Yes?
One question I had that I actually forgot to ask when you were talking about promoting was the 400 BG on the leg for each rank. Does that ever change? Does it ever increase?
It's never increased. The only thing that has changed is that it used to be 400 personal volume if you weren't running an auto ship. Now it's 150. So that's the only thing that has changed in the 2.5 years that I've been doing this.
So no matter what rank you are, it always stays at 400 BG.
400 group volume for a qualified leg. Yep. That's what it's been since I started. So yeah. And I forgot to mention this earlier, but once you get to Emerald and above, you can maintain your rank by volume. So, you don't have to have, rubies. Rubies now can maintain their rank. Duh. So you can maintain by volume. So say you have a really great month, you promote to Ruby, and the next month your executive falls off and they can't maintain. Well, as long as you have enough volume, you will maintain that rank. So that's a big deal because, for example, I'm a presidential diamond. I had a triple diamond quit. I had a double diamond quit. I had quite a few diamonds quit. And I'm still my rank because I had enough volume to keep it all up. They quit because they're selfish. So people usually quit because they're on the selfish side of things. They don't want to be answering questions all day from their people on their team saying, how do I promote? What's this wrap do? Can you come help me with this? They don't want to deal with it. And unfortunately, they want to be the person that just signs a bunch of people and they do all the work and they just collect the check. And it's not how the business works. Unfortunately, it is not a pyramid scheme. Despite what people may think, it isn't. You actually have to put in the time and the effort and do the work. And, it just got to a point where people just couldn't handle it. They were feeling more of an annoyance and a burden by their team than appreciating the fact that, dude, you're making $6,000 a month off these people. How do you not appreciate that, right? So, so signing DTs, it's literally this simple. Don't go into any more detail than this. You don't have to go into the compensation plan. If somebody wants to see a compensation plan, you can download it in eSuite, but I would highly recommend never doing that unless they're familiar with network marketing. So anytime they're like, can I see a compensation plan, or like, how you guys get paid, I will ask them, have you done network marketing before? And if they say no, I will say no. Because you will not understand it, and it will scare you before you can really understand how we get paid. I'll meet with you, and I'll go over it all, and I'll explain it all, but I'm not going to send you a piece of paper to read where you don't understand what's really going on behind everything. So that's super, super, super important. Another way to be successful is know your products. So when people come to you and say, hey, do you have anything that's going to help me with migraines? Or do you have anything that's going to help me with stress? You have to know what product to offer them. You can't just offer everybody a wrap. You know what I mean? Unless they're coming to you saying, I want to try a wrap. But if they're coming to you with a specific issue, you need to know which product to offer them. And you know that by just reading the catalog. That's it. The catalog that you're given, there's a little blurb about each product. That is all I ever tell people. If they want to know anything else, I will send them to my website. It's super important as well. Use the product brochures as a guide. So if you're ever doing a presentation or you're talking to somebody, you're at a party, I read what's off the brochure. It's the same thing. Don't feel like you need to know more. And eventually you memorize it. And then eventually you don't even have to look at the brochure. And you can do like kindergarten reading where you open the catalog and you point and you read and you just know it. The more you talk, the easier it gets. So constantly talk about it until you're in your own groove, until you feel comfortable with the words that you're saying, until you don't feel like you have to read a script or memorize everything in a catalog. Just keep talking about it. It will eventually just roll off your tongue and people will recognize that. They'll be like, wow, she talks with such confidence when she's talking about the products. What? And stay excited. Yeah. For sure. Okay, do's and don'ts. Do post before and after pictures of yourself and people you've wrapped with their permission. Do not post inch loss or detox when it comes to the wraps on Facebook. This is so important. We cannot talk about inch loss or detox when it comes to the wraps. And the reason why is because we are not allowed to make medical claims when it comes to the body wrap. It is a cosmetic product.
In writing.
What?
In writing.
What do you mean?
You're saying you can say it, but you can't put it in writing.
Yes. Nothing that anybody can screenshot and report to compliance.
You can say personal, like where the personal loss so much, so many inches.
You can tell that to somebody. Like, I can be at a party and say I lost 4 inches from using a wrap, but you can't post your before and after picture and say I lost 4 inches from using a wrap.
You can talk to them. I thought if you thought if you said like your own personal experience.
Well, you could say like I've been using Fat Fighters, ThermoFit, and body wraps, and in 2 weeks I've lost 10 pounds and 8 inches. You can say that, but when it specifically comes to the wrap, we can't claim inch loss because that would technically be a medical claim, and we just
So, okay, so between last year and this year, I've lost 6 inches using the products.
Yeah, I saw your post. You posted something like that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
And that's okay, right?
As long as you're including other products. You can't just specifically be talking about the
I
wrap.
said I've lost 6 inches using our products.
Yeah, perfect. Totally fine.
Okay.
Yep.
So basically, it works, and then once you sign on, it's your own business.
Yes. No. You can put their name out there. Absolutely. I'm just saying, as we're not FDA approved, so when it comes to it not being FDA approved, we can't make any medical claims. So we can't say, just like with our products, like the Confianza has helped people with ADHD, but you can't post that it's going to help you with ADHD. Just because we can't make it.
It's helped me with. You can talk about your personal story. No.
We can't make any medical claims when it comes to that. Yes.
Are they working on getting FDA approved?
No.
We don't currently.
So if we became FDA approved, we'd basically have to be like a clinic. We'd have to charge people a lot more for the products, and we'd have to release the formula to the wrap. And then there'd be 8 million companies making the wrap, and we wouldn't be exclusive, and we wouldn't be making the money that we're making. Okay, so do offer giveaways to anyone to try to boost business. But do not use it as an incentive to get people to sign up. For example, you cannot say, if you sign up as a loyal customer, I'll give you a free wrap. You can't say that. You can say, if you become a loyal customer, you can get unlimited free product in your first 30 days because of the loyal customer referral program.
What's that?
So the loyal customer referral program is when you become a loyal customer, you're given like your own share link. So you can share it with your friends and family. And if your friends and family become loyal customers through your share link within your first 30 days, you get a free box of wraps or $35 of free product. And this is unlimited within their first 30 days. So if they get 10 people to become loyal customers, they get to choose either or. Yes. Yes. You can say, host a sample party and I'll give you a free wrap. You absolutely can say that. You just can't offer an incentive to actually get them to sign up through your website. Distributor or distributor. Absolutely, yeah. If somebody hosts a party for you, you can give them everything. I'm like, oh, you can have the whole. Yes. You just can't offer an incentive to get people to sign up.
So, clarification on the item before that. That you can, if somebody asks you and you're talking to personally, you can share your experience with them. Like, I've lost this using
Yes.
this product.
You can't post it
post
publicly.
on, like, Facebook, Instagram.
Right. Exactly. Okay, new announcements. So the good bonus is back. For anybody that achieves the first time rank of Diamond, Double Diamond, Triple Diamond, Presidential, or Ambassador by the end of April, you will earn these bonuses. The Ruby bonus has changed. So join by April 30th to qualify for the Ruby bonus. It's now a $1,000 bonus if you get it within your first 2 calendar months. Now, if you signed up February 2nd or later, you have until April 30th to get this Ruby bonus, and it will be $1,000. So even if you signed up February 2nd and it was only $500, it is now $1,000.
But it's used if you get 4 loyal customers.
But if you didn't get 4 loyal customers, you don't qualify. This is a lot of information. I get it. But the Ruby bonus is huge. So make sure you're explaining that to people when they enroll. You got to get your 4 loyal customers. So what are you all going to do tomorrow? Right? Tomorrow is April 2nd. It is the best day to join because it's calendar months. So you basically, when somebody joins tomorrow, they get until June 30th to earn this Ruby bonus. Big deal. Yes. Right. Right. You just don't get the bonus. Yeah. Yeah, so if you get to, well, they get, now you get the double bonus. You get the $1,000, not the 500. Yeah. Okay, does anybody have any questions? This was a lot of information. Don't feel like, once again, don't feel like you need to know it all because you won't. You won't know it all.
Can you tell us the story about how you signed up?
Oh yeah, I want to know that too.
Okay, so I signed up. It's actually kind of funny because I was one of those people that avoided the person that I signed up under for like 6 weeks. I became a loyal customer. I had great results, and she hounded me constantly, like, sign up, do this. You'd be so great at this. And I was like, no, I don't want to do this. I don't have any time. I'm not a salesperson. I mean, I had all the excuses, right? So I actually was doing a photo shoot for her, taking pictures, and she brings a form for me to fill out. I fill it all out without my social security number. Give it back to her, take off really quick. She called me. She's like, you didn't put your social security number on. I'm like, oh, I totally don't like to give that information over a form. Just making up every excuse in the book that I possibly could. Well, I think it was like 2 months, I finally signed up. And it took me 2 weeks to post on Facebook because I was scared of what everybody was going to say. When I finally posted on Facebook, I spent 7 hours responding to messages and talking to people and setting up one-on-ones and all this stuff. And I was like, oh my God. I'm going to be so rich. It's not even funny. And my husband was like, seriously, you've got to stop this. He was not on board 100%. He was like, you already do a lot. You know what I mean? You have the kids. You're doing photography. I'm gone all the time. Like, you don't have time for this. So after I hit Diamond in November, I signed up in August. I hit Diamond in November. I got my $10,000 bonus. Then I signed my husband up. I hit Double Diamond in January. I got him to Diamond, got his $10,000 bonus. And then at that time, at conference, they released all these new bonuses. These bonuses. Oh, the ones you were just talking about. These bonuses. So I went triple in March and presidential in May. And so I went presidential in 9 months. So I went from wanting $500 a month, and in 6 months I was making $10,000 a month, and then just kept going up from there. And I looked at my husband and I was like, see, I told you I could do this. And he was like, yeah, whatever. Whatever. But seriously, it's a pretty amazing company. It's a pretty amazing opportunity that anybody can do. I don't have any sort of college education. I don't have any sort of sales experience. I just fell in love with the product line and what the company represented. And that was it. And it was just gone for me. It's easy, super easy to do, but it's work. It is work. This is the easiest thing to stop doing because nobody's making you do it. So you got to set yourself a schedule. You got to be disciplined. You got to say, I'm going to spend 1 hour a day on this business, even if you have a full-time job. If you don't have a full-time job, there's no reason why you shouldn't be trying to do something to benefit you, to benefit this business every single day. There's just no reason for it at all. Who just had their hand up? Somebody was just going to ask a question. Yes.
Will 1 hour a day, really get you anywhere? Or do you have to basically be like a stay?
I mean, eventually it'll get you places, yeah. But, I mean, it's not common to promote that fast. It's definitely not common. So don't feel like you have to compare yourself to other people, you know what I mean? Don't feel like you have to, somebody promoted to Diamond in 3 months and, oh my gosh, it's been a year and I haven't promoted. Doesn't matter. Your journey's your journey. You'll figure out the time frame that you can work it in. Just for me, it was just something that my mind was so set on. I had a lot of negative things going for me at the beginning. My husband wasn't supportive. Friends weren't supportive. family wasn't supportive, and I was just kind of like, I'm proving this, and I'm gonna do it fast, and I'm gonna make it a point, and that's what I did, and I mean, it's done a lot for us, but I would still be here if I was a diamond. You know what I mean? I'm not going anywhere with It Works. Yes.
I make $2,000 a month, and in May it'll be my 2 years, and I'm not sad one bit.
Well, you also work a full-time job. I mean, to be diamond and work a full-time job, that's a big deal. I mean, it's a big accomplishment. Like, people don't understand, that it is work. You got to be able to put in the work. And work is posting on Facebook and responding to people when they send you a message and not blowing them off and not letting the message sit there in your inbox for 3 days. You want to get back to these people as before they can change their mind. Yes. If somebody likes my stuff, over and over, and I've never talked to them about that, yeah, I will send them a message and be like, hey, let's talk, let's chat, let's meet for coffee and talk about what you're interested in. Doesn't matter what it is. But if I know somebody's like already, been like, good job, you're doing awesome, and they're liking my posts, I won't reach out to them because I know they're just being supportive. They're just being a good friend and not necessarily interested in the opportunity or the products. So, everybody looks a little dazed and confused. That's what I like to see. They look a little like, okay, that was a lot. Yes.
Can you cancel a distributor and re-sign them back up?
If a distributor cancels, they have to wait 3 months before they can re-enroll. Yeah.
They can't go to any one-to-one mission or anything. They can't be like in the book anywhere.
What do you mean?
What they said. Like, I had somebody who quit and wanted to sign up under me. They said, but you can't like pay for a one-to-one mission. You can't go to green carpet. You can't. Be
Yeah, they
active.
can.
That's what they told her.
Yeah, no. She must have done something.
No, she just quit. But everyone did that.
Customer service told her that? Yeah, no, that's not the truth. It's totally not true. Yeah, they can still attend events and stuff as long as they weren't put on like commission hold or did a chargeback. Yeah, there's no reason why they shouldn't be able to attend events. Anybody else? Any questions? Does everybody feel like it was good information? Feel like you learned a lot? Okay, good. Great. Well, that's all I care about. Let's see if this recorded.